Hello everybody, my name is Jason and welcome to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build your very own beautiful and professional blog using WordPress and its editor, which is Gutenberg, and a very powerful plugin called Fancy Post, okay, which is really going to transform the way you use Gutenberg to build all your websites. Now, this plugin can be used for many things. It can be used to build a blog website, a magazine website, a news website, fashion website, a food website, and a lot more. I'm going to show you how to use it step by step in this video, okay? Because most people really use page builders like Elementor, the Divi Builder, and Beaver Builder to build their websites. But with this plugin called Fancy Post, you can actually use Gutenberg the way you want. You can actually use it to build a very good site. And for those of you who are complete beginners, you don't have to worry because I'm going to walk you through this process step by step. And if you are already like a Gutenberg or WordPress expert, I'm sure that by the end of this video, you have one or two tips that you didn't know about Gutenberg. So if you watch to this point, I'd like to thank you for clicking on the video and for staying up to this point. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Before I proceed, I want to take you to the website we'll be building today. Alright, so over on the top section here, as you can see, we have this beautiful gradient colored toolbar with social media icons and then a beautiful button at the top. Then we have this logo over here, and I'll show you the size that you can use to create good logos for your websites like this. Then here we have our page links. We have the home page, and these are other pages, but they are mainly like category pages. And there's a search bar. All right, so over here we have our main section with three posts like this. This is called a post trisect, okay? And this is the very beautiful style you can display your posts in. So we have the post category, the post title, the description. We call this the except text, and then we have the dates over here. Then we have two other posts at the side. Here we have social media icons. We have the highlighted post over here displayed like this. We have the featured image, the category. Then we have the user or the author, the dates, the number of readers, the post title, the button, and then the post length or the time it takes you to read it. All right, so here we have our first advert, okay, which is a kind of like a short banner. All right, I'll show you where you can create this as well. And here we have an advertisement banner at the side here, which literally says advertisement banner. And then here we have this trending post section, because we have a title with this icon. We have a description with all these posts over here. So we have 1, 2, 3 with the same, kind of like the same style as the one over here at the top here. And we have this section which lets you meet the author. So here we have the picture, and then we have the description over here, and here we have more posts. All right, and we have this section which says want to advertise. As you can see, it's a beautiful flip box. It has this flip effect. I'll show you how to get this. And when we scroll down on our page, we have this last section with more ways you can display posts. Okay, so here we have, instead of having the dates at this side, we have the dates on top with the post length and then the number of readers, the author, the except text, and then the post title. Then here we have our footer with the the site logo, the description, the social icons, the page links text, and some actual page links, the contact information, and then we have the footer. Sorry, we have the copyright text at the bottom. So now let's scroll back up to the top of our page. This is basically the website we'll be building today. And let me scroll up, and over here we have more pages, but these pages are basically like category pages. Okay, so let's say I click on the sports page right now. So it's going to take me to this page. As you can see here, we have the sports banner, and then here we have this post over here. Okay, so it's in this category. Now if I click on it, I want to show you what a single post page looks like. Okay, so if I click on the link, as you can see, this is what a single post page looks like. So we have the post title here with the author, the date, the category, and then the comments. Then we have the post featured image over here with the description, the table of contents, and then we have more post sections, okay, with the same sidebar. And then when we scroll down to the bottom, we have our little social media icons over here with the comment section, and then a place where you can enter your details and write a comment. So this is what the single post page looks like. Okay, so we are going to be building all of this in today's tutorial today. Okay, so now that we've been through the whole website and now that you've seen exactly what you're going to be building in this tutorial, I actually want to tell you guys the things you'll be needing before you can actually build this website you see on your screen here. And before we do that, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and add up to the community. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to be notified about all my latest tutorials, because we post a lot of informative content on the channel. So don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that anytime this kind of educational content comes out, you'll be notified. And if this video helps you, if you have any question or comment or any improvements for me, just leave that in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. So now let's go to the things you need to build this website. All right, now first things first, you basically need a computer and an internet connection. But I feel like those two things are really obvious. So let's move on to the main thing you need, which is a hosting server. So what's that? So basically all the files of your site, from the images to the text to the media, every file of your site, even the database, it's all stored on something you call a hosting server. Okay, so everything that you see on your sites, everything is all stored on something you call a hosting server. Now this server is running 24/7 so that anybody who searches for your website can view it at any time and anywhere in the world. So if you get a good hosting, you get some advantages. For example, when people search for your site on Google, it's going to rank higher. So if people search for any post relating to romantic movies, and there are lots of posts over there, with a good hosting, your site will be ranked on the top on all these search engines. Two, your site is going to be protected against hackers and malware and all these kinds of fraudulent activities which are coming to attack all your hard work. If you get a good hosting server, it will protect your site against all of these. And lastly, when people click on the link to actually view your site and you have a good hosting, everything on your site is just going to load much quicker. It's not going to take any time to load everything you have on your site. The loading process will be fast, which is a plus for you and your site. So where do you get a good hosting from? There are many places. My favorite is hostingjar.com. Okay, then there is siteground.com, a2hosting.com, and even bluehost.com. All these places are good places you can buy a hosting from. After that, you need a domain name. So like google.com, amazon.com, jasonkenya.com, or .org or .next, or whatever suffix you choose, then the name. Okay, you need a domain name. Now, when you buy a hosting for the first time, most of the time you get a domain name for free. But if you don't get access to this, then you can buy domains from places like godaddy.com or Namecheap or name.com. These places all sell domains, and even most sites where you buy your hostings also sell domains as well. So you can get a domain name from there. And once you have all that, you then need a fresh WordPress installation. Then once you have all of that ready, you can start building the website. Alright, so when you have WordPress freshly installed on your domain and you want to actually access your admin panel or dashboard, what you would do is you would go into a new tab. Okay, so you would click on this to open a new tab over here. Then you would type in whatever your website's domain name or link was. I'll type in my own over here. So you type it in the address bar, and whatever your website link was, you just add /wp-admin to it. Okay, so once you do that and you hit the enter key, it's going to take you over here to where you can log in. So you're just going to use your login credentials that you use to set up the WordPress installation. So I'll actually type in my username here, and I'll type in the password that I used to set it up. Okay, so once you enter these credentials, it should log you into your WordPress dashboard over here. Now your WordPress dashboard is the most important part of your site. This way you're going to get access to everything and view everything. It's a very important page. Okay, so right now our dashboard looks quite confusing, and if you actually want to clear it up, I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But for the dashboard, it's basically this top section. Okay, so over here you can click on this and right click on it, maybe open it in a new tab to visit whatever your site is looking like, okay, currently. So you would use that section to reach your site here. Here if you click on it, you can add a new posts page. I'll go through what these are later. And over here you have your profile over here. Okay, and this is your site panel where you can access all your other things. So this is basically what the dashboard is about. Now to clear it up, and click on this to dismiss it, and for the rest of the things you can just click on this little arrow, okay, to close all of them up. But if you still want to go the extra mile, you can click on screen options, then you can just click on this to uncheck all of them. Then it's going to clear up and your dashboard is going to be clear. All right, so now that I started, let me take you through what is actually in your dashboard. So if I go to updates, basically any updates, whether it's a plugin update or a theme update or even a WordPress update itself, is going to be displayed over here. Okay, so it's like you have all your updates in one section, and this is actually going to save you a lot of time so that you don't have to now go look for everything that needs to be updated one by one. You can just do everything from one place. All right. So over here, let's go to post. Now, every post on your site. So if you go to our site right here, as you can see, I have all these posts on my site. Okay, so basically, every post that you're going to have on your website, you would create it on this post section here. Okay, so as you can see, we already have a default post here, and over here you will click on add new post to add a new post. You can also add in categories to your post from over here. Okay, add in categories, and you can add in tags as well. Now let's go to media. So basically, every file you upload to your site, whether it's an image or it's a text file, any file you upload to your site, you can view it. You'll be able to view it over here, and you can click on add new media file. See, so if you click on this, you can click on it to add in a new file to your site. All right, let's go to pages. So if I go to pages, as you can see, all the pages over here, any page that you are going to create on your site, you will basically create it over here. Okay, so you can click on add new page, add a new page, or you can click on new and page, add a new page here. And then as you can see, this has like some default pages already. So if I go to comments, if anybody comments on any of the posts on your site, you're able to view the comments over here. You can unapprove the comment, you can reply the comment, you can mark it as spam, or you can put it in the trash. All right, now we'll go to what appearance and plugins are a bit later. Okay, so I go to users. Basically, every user on your site, you can view them over here. You can edit their profile, you can add new users to your site as well. And if I go to profile, if I click on profile over here, I can basically change everything about my profile. Mostly the color scheme I like using is this one, because I feel like it's quite modern, as you can see. But let's stick to the default. You can change your first name here. So maybe I can change my first name to Jason. I can type in my last name as Kenya. Okay, then my nickname, I can make my nickname WordPress King. Okay, remember, I can type it as my nickname. Then I can display my name publicly as any of these. So I'll just make it Jason Kenya. And then here I can change my email. I can add in my biographical info over here. And then here I can set a new password. Okay, so after I'm done with all that, all I'll do is click on update profile, and my profile will be updated. Tools are a bit more advanced, but we might use this later in the video, and I'll show you what it's about. Now let's go to settings and let's start actually editing everything for our site. So over here, we can change in our site title, and over here our site title is called my blog. So I can name, maybe I want to name my blog fancy post. Okay, so I can call my blog fancy post, and I can add in a tagline if I like. So as you can see, this says my WordPress blog, that's the tagline. So I can add in a tagline here. Maybe I can type in news and posts. All right, so I can type in news and posts. Now over here, your site icon is basically this little icon that you see by your site's name. Okay, I haven't added any site icon here yet, but I'll show you how to add yours or how to create one later in the video. Right, so now let's scroll down, and then over here we have to change our time zone. So whatever time zone you are in currently, I'm in Ghana and I'm in Accra. So if I was selecting my time zone, I'll scroll up till I found Accra and I'll select it. Okay, now here the date format, I'll leave that the way it is. Time format, I'll change it here because I like the capitals. And here the week starts on Sunday, and I'll click on save changes. All right, now what's next? Go to permalinks. Okay, what's permalinks? And then here change the structure from day and name to post name. Now why do we do that? Let's say if I was to go and view any of my posts, right? So let's say I go to this post and I want to view it. So if I view this post right now, as you can see, this is what the post is looking like. The link over here has used the day and name to form the permalink. Okay, WordPress has used the day and name to form the permalink for the post, and I don't want that. I want it to just use the name of the post. Okay, I don't want to use just the hello world over here. To change that, I'll come back here and I can choose post name and I can click on save changes. All right, so if I go back and I refresh, I'm not sure it will actually change, so I have to actually go and open it again. So if I go to post, okay, and then I visit and I view this post over here, you see that now the permalink has changed to just the post name. Okay, which is very good. Now let's go back, and then what we need to do next is we need to save our changes. And the next thing we need to get is our theme. So your theme is basically the most important thing that was going to judge how your website is going to look like. But these days, normally themes don't really play much in the actual building of the site. They just do majority of the header and the footer work, and maybe the basic structure, all right? But most of the work is done these days by the page builders. Now, the best way I can present what a theme is that if, let's say, I go to our site here and I activate this theme, right? Let's say if I activate this theme and I go to our site and I refresh, you're going to see that our site has now changed. Okay, so our name and tagline has changed and our site's whole look has now changed. That's what the theme does. It changes the look of your site, right? So I actually want to delete these themes here because we don't need them. So I'll click on this theme and delete it. And let's actually add in our own theme. So I'll click on add new theme, okay? And then here over on the search theme section, I'll just search for Blosky. Okay, Blosky is a very popular and good theme which you can use to build any kind of website you want. It's free. Okay, so I'll click on install and I use it in most of my tutorials, and even when I'm building websites for clients, I always use Blosky. All right, it's very good. So I'll click on activate, and over here our theme will be activated. They're going to ask us to install the Blosky companion, and most themes have this. Okay, so once you install their theme, they'll ask you to install a little plugin that will help you manipulate or edit the theme a bit more. Okay, so I'll click on install Blosky companion. So it's installed and activating. As you can see, it's active. So if I go to our site and then I refresh our site again, you're going to see that now our site look has changed. Okay, now this would be a good time to get all the plugins we need. Now, what are plugins? Plugins are basically features that help you add extra functionality to your site. So if I had a contact form on my site, I can't just build a contact form out of nothing. I need a plugin that will help me add that functionality, which will in turn enable me to build a contact form on my WordPress website. Okay, so that's what plugins are. Now, let's actually add in our first plugin. So here, I want to delete these plugins that I don't need. So I'll select everything and I'll deselect the Blosky companion. Over on bulk actions, I'll click on delete and I'll click on apply, and then here I'll click on OK. So it's going to delete these plugins for me. Now, what I want to do next, I want to click add new plugin, and I want to add in the plugins we'll be needing. So first things first, I want to add a cache plugin. Okay, a cache plugin that will help us cache all our changes. I'll explain why we get and use this plugin later. So when you search for light speed, okay, search for light speed, and over here I'm going to find light speed cache. Okay, so click on install now for this plugin. It is basically the only plugin we'll be getting from here. Okay, so go to a new tab, okay, and then search for wpserver.com. This is the security plugin we are going to be using to safeguard our websites from all malicious attacks or hackers or those who are trying to log into our sites who, we've not really given them access to. And installing a security plugin is very, very important for your site, because trust me, you don't want people logging into your site, people who you have no idea about logging into your site and just messing everything you've done up. So a security plugin is very important. So just click on download, and if you want to find out in depth how to use WP Server to protect your site, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to the video section over here and you scroll down, you're going to see that I have a video on the WP Server over here which teaches you how to protect your website in minutes, the best free security plugin for WordPress. Don't forget to check out this video. All right, now let's go back to the page, and then here click on this to download the WP Server. Once you click on it, you can just save it to your downloads folder. Okay, so I already have it installed, but I'll just install it again for the sake of the video. As you can see now, the plugin is here. So let's actually go back to our site, and then let's click on upload plugin. Now click on this, and I can just drag this in here, and I can click on install now. Now this is going to install the WP Server plugin onto my website. Okay, so over here, just click on go to plugin installer. All right, won't activate it right now. Okay, now here go to a new tab and then search for fancy post. All right, search for fancy post, and over here go to this place, fancy post, for best ultimate post blog, post grid, layouts, carousel slider for Gutenberg. All right, so this is the fancy post page over here. So here, all you have to do is just click on download. Okay, it's going to download onto your computer. So I'm going to actually save it. Okay, so this is the fancy post plugin we'll be using to build our site. Now that is done, I'll go back to my site and I'll click on upload plugin. I'll click on this and I'll drag it over here, and I'll click on install now. Now that is done, I'll just click on go to plugin installer again, and then here I'll click on installed plugins. All right, now that I have all these three plugins here, I I can select everything apart from this one, and I can click on bulk actions and click on activate, then click on apply. All right, now it's going to activate all these plugins for me so that we can start using them to build our site. So all the plugins have been activated. Now what do we need next? The first thing we need to do is go to appearance, okay, and click on customize. We're going to customize some of the theme settings that we have over here. Okay, so let's go back to the customizer. And the first thing I want us to do is I actually want us to get this site layout where we have one section for the main site and then we have one section for the sidebar. And to do that, right, there is something which I forgot to show you guys. So real quick, let's actually go to our dashboard again. So hover on your site over here and then click on dashboard. And then once you are here, go to pages. Okay, go to pages and then click on add new page. Now once you are here, just type in home. Okay, type in home because you want it to be your home page. And then over here, click on this to view the Blosky page settings. Then here, go to page title and then click on disabled. All right, now go back here and then go back here again. You can click on this to leave and then click on publish. Okay, we want to create our home page first so that can represent our website as our website static page. So just click on publish. As you can see now, your home page is live, so you can actually view the page. Let me actually open it in a new tab, and then I will close these two tabs because we don't need them. As you can see, this is what your home page is looking like. So real quick, just close this customized page, okay, and let's set this as our static page first. So go to settings and then go to reading. Now right now, if we go to our site, okay, so let me actually search for my website link. If we go to our site in a new tab, you're going to see that it goes to this page. It brings us to our post page. You don't want that. You want it to bring us to the home page. So to do that, go to reading and then change your home page displays a static page and then make this home. Okay, then click on save changes. Now once you do that, if I go to a new tab and I search for my website link again, it should take me to the home page. Sorry, did we save changes? All right, yeah, so here you have to do one thing. Click on this, okay, the caching plugin, and click on page all. Okay, now this is what I mean by we need to get a caching plugin, because sometimes WordPress or your browser tends to use the old cache of your website, which is some old settings for your sites. And if you don't purge your caches or clear them consistently, it's not going to change. All right, so as you can see, we didn't purge our cache and it has brought us to the same page. It didn't change. But now that we've purged our cache, if we go to a new tab and then we type in our website link again, it's going to take us to the home page, as you can see. All right, so now that that's done, here click on customize. Okay, now I actually want to customize our home page and then give it that layout. Now over here, I'll click on general and I'll go to layout and I want to make the site width 1300. Okay, I want to make my site quite long. And then over here, I'll scroll down till I find sidebar and I'll select type. Okay, this should be type 1. This should be type 1. So I'll go back to general. I'll go back to layout. I'll make sure that all of this is here. And then let's actually go to typography. Okay, go to typography. Now set the base font to Poppins. Okay, we want the system default font to be Poppins. So once you do that, just click on I understand and click on continue, and everything is going to change to Poppins. Okay, so now we have our base font as Poppins. You can set the fonts for some specific headings if you like. So you can set the fonts for buttons, for codes, and everything. So another font which we'll be using in this site is Josephine Sans. Okay, so search for Josephine Sans. Okay, select this text. We'll also be using this one in today's tutorial. Now let's go back. Okay, and then on colors, one main color which we'll be using. Okay, so for this color 1 here, I'll type in the color code. So here type in #FF6B550. Okay, type in this color code. We're using it quite often. Now go back and then go to, I think we are basically done with everything for now. We've set our general settings, we've set our sidebar. Okay, so I think we are done for now. Now let's click on publish. And what we actually want to do is I want to start editing our home page. So you can click on this to close. You can click on this to close this up, and then here you can click on edit page. Now over here, I want to actually import some of the posts I have created already, because I don't now want to come and create all these posts again. This video is just to show you how to get this layout and not how to actually write a blog post. Okay, but I'll show you how to write a blog post, a professional blog post that actually gets you readers. One of my latest videos that'll be coming soon. All right, now let's go back and actually want to import a post. So to do that, what I can do is, in case you also have your own post on another site, let me actually show you the process. So I'll go to tools and I'll click on import. Okay, I'll click on import. Over here on WordPress, I'll click on install now. I'll click on install now. Now here I'll click on run importer. Okay, I'll click on run importer. Now over here, all I can do is I can click on choose file. Now the file will be in an XML file if you've exported the post from your other site. So I will actually go to my downloads folder, and then I will look for the XML file where I have. So over here, this is the XML file. So I'll click on open, and I'll click on upload file and import. Once I do that, it should import all the posts I have over there. So over here, I'll just assign the post to the current user, which is me, and I'll click on download and import file attachments, and I'll click on submit. And once I do that, you can see it says all done, have fun. Remember to update the passwords and rules of important users. So if I go over to post, okay, if I go over to post, you're going to see that all the posts which I had on that site have now been imported to my main site over here. So let me actually select this one and place in the trash, because we don't need this post. Now all the posts are here. So to start building it, I'll go to pages and I'll click on all pages, and then I'll actually select these two pages, go to bulk actions, click on move to trash and apply, because we'll not be using them. Then I'll click on edit. Okay, click on edit. Now real quick, let's actually start building. So we are going to be using the free version to build the site, but I will be showing you what the pro version is like later in the video. Okay, so let's over here, let's go back and then click on the plus button, and then I want to show you some of the blocks you can add in with the free version. All right, so I'll go to browse all, and then over here, the first block we want to add in is this post trisect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll select post trisect over here from the fancy post Gutenberg post blocks. So I'll select push trisect, and as you can see, this is the push trisect over here. So I can click on this to bring up this sidebar here, and here I can click on this and I can go to block. Here I can edit this. So I can make it 1x4. Okay, 1x4, and it's going to become like this, but I want mine to be 1x2. And here I can enable reverse columns if I like, but here I want to disable them. And if you have a specific category you want to display over here, you can also type that in it to display it over here for you. Now I'll leave the height on default for now. The column gaps will be the spacing over here, and the row gaps will be the spacing here. So you can add more if you like. You can, change the rounded corner. I can make my corners 0. I don't want them to be rounded. I can make it 5. And over here I can change the except text word length. So I can make I can increase it to like 39. I can make it like 30. Okay, I can decrease or increase it. Now when I go to styles, here's where you can edit colors. Okay, so if I go to colors here, you can select the feature body color, you can select the beside body color, you can set the post overlay color. Okay, so I can make it blue. As you can see, the post overlay color is changing. I can bring it back to this color here. You can change the title color, which obviously we want to be on white. You can change the description color. You can change the meta. This is the meta over. You can change the color. You can change the category background. So here our one is green, but maybe I could have made mine like maybe yellow or something. Okay, so I could have changed it to anything I like, or maybe even orange like this. You can change the beside top category color. So this category color, which is the text here, you can change the text color, and you can take the background color as well. So you can change a lot of colors over here. So once I'm done with all of that, you can just click on save. Okay, and if you want to preview what your page is looking like, just click on save. And once it's done, you can actually click on this button, okay, to view the post in a new tab. And as you can see, this is what our page is looking like. So real quick, go over to the Blosky settings. Okay, now here you want to select right sidebar for this page. Okay, select right sidebar and then click on save again. Okay, click on save, and then go back to your site and refresh. And once you do that, the post will be now brought to this side, okay, because you want a sidebar over here just like this one. Now we want our second block, which is this advert over here. So this is just one of the posts you can add with the free version, okay. But if I go here and I click on the plus button, as you can, and I click on browse all, you see that we have much more posts over here. So I want to get to about this block with you guys, then I'll actually switch to the pro version and show you what you can add in with the pro version. All right, so let's actually get the image. First things first, click on the plus button and then search for image. All right, and then if you guys kind of need all the images that I've used on this site over here, I'm actually going to provide them on my website for you guys. So if you go to my YouTube channel, most of the videos I release on web design, I release the images for you guys as well on my website. So all you need to do is go to a new tab and then you need to type in jasonkenya.com. okay, so you type in my website link here, and then once you're on my website, okay, when you go there, all you have to do is use the menu to navigate to the blog page. Okay, so when you're on my website here, just navigate to the blog page. Okay, so here click on blog. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the blog page. So by the time of this video's release, its blog post will be out. Then you would just click on, so for example, if this was the post, you would just click on read more. And once you do that, you can actually read the blog post for more insights onto the video. And then when you scroll down, you are going to see download images used, this section. Just click on download and it's going to download as a zip file onto your computer. Okay, it's going to download as a zip file onto your computer. So let me actually show you how you will go and extract that. So when you have it installed on your PC, what you have to do is you need to go to your file explorer. Then you need to go to the location where you installed it. So mine will be over here. Okay, so as you can see, it says fancy post images. So all you have to do is right click on it, and then you just have to click on extract here. Okay, when you do that, it's going to extract, and you're going to have the images I used to build the site. We have the logo, the advertisements, banners. All right, so when I go to my site here and I go to images, all I have to do is click on media library. Okay, now go to upload files. Now click on select files. All right, now I'll go to where I have these images stored. Okay, so I'll go over here, then I'll select all of the images and I'll click on open. Okay, I'll use Ctrl+A on my keyboard, select all the images and upload them onto my site. Now I'll select this adverts over here. Now click on select. Okay, as you can see, this is it over here. So real quick, you can just save it to get a view of how it's looking. Okay, so when I click on save and I go to the site and I refresh, you see that we have the adverts over here. Okay, but the advert is looking good. But now the next section we want to add is this heading. Okay, we want to add a heading over here. Let's go to the page and I'll click on this and I'll click on the plus button. Okay, and then here I'll click on browse all. Now I'm going to find this one called heading. So I'll select it, okay, from the fancy post. As you can see, this is it. Now I want to edit it a bit. So I'll click on this to leave the blocky page settings. Click on here. As you can see, we have the heading. So real quick, I'll get rid of the prefix. Now I want the subheading. So you can change the heading tag to H1 to H2 to whatever you want. And here this says trending post. So I select all of the text and I'll type in trending posts. And here you can select the maximum width if you like. You can select the maximum width for subheading as well. You can change the alignment. I actually want to use the width of the lines or the separators, and maybe I can use this slider here to increase the space a bit more, and then I can increase the heading space on the description as well. And you can choose more heading styles with the pro version, which I'll show you later on in the video. Now over here on heading typography, I can change the font. So let's say I wanted Poppins, right? So I can select Poppins, and then the font width I can leave that the way it is. Then you can select the the subheading as well. Maybe I also want Poppins for that one too, and I want the weight to be medium. Okay, so this is how it would look like. Now I can scroll up to styles and I can change the color. So I can select the color. We don't need to change the prefix, okay, but I can change the heading color, its background color, and you can change the separators and everything. You can change all the colors over here. You can add an animation, but I think the animations are pro here, so we can't really add that right now. So when I click on save changes, okay, when I click on save, I can go to my site And then when I click on refresh, okay, it's going to refresh, and as you can see, now we have the heading over here. So now we want to add in our next post. Okay, so if I go over here, I want to add in our next section, sorry. So I'll click on the plus button here, and then I would choose the post grade over here. So now once I choose the post grade, as you can see, this is what it's looking like right now. And this is the last blog that we'll go through before I actually show you how to get the pro version and what it has to offer for your site. All right. So now once we go back, if I go to that section, you see that we have about 6 posts and we have 3 on each column. So to go back and to set that up, let's actually close this page. We will make post per column 3 and post per page should be 6, just like that. And then the total posts, I'll just make it like 6 because we want 6 posts to display. And then you can change the post by, so instead of maybe date, you can make it like title. All right, the rest don't really make that much sense. It's mostly title and then date. That will make a lot of sense. And you can make the post order ascending or descending, anyhow you like. Then you can change the button text. So this says read more. You can also change that if you like. You can link the complete box. You can link the image, and you probably want this. You can make the link open in a new tab as well. Now if I go to appearance, there are many grid layouts, but in the free version you can only use one of the grid layouts. But I'll show you how to get the pro version and then how you can use that. So over here you can change the maximum width of the block if you like. You can change the content alignment. I want mine on left. You can change the column gaps as well, and then the row gaps. Okay, you can change those, and then you can change the image height if you want to. You can change the rounded corner size, and you can change the except word count. So maybe I can make my word count like 15 or something. You can make the word shorter or longer. Now I can go to pagination, and I want to disable this. I don't want to show the numbers, content visibility. Then you can decide. So now we basically have almost everything that's there. But you can decide to hide the post taxonomy, that's the category. You can decide to hide this except text over there. You can decide to hide the dates. Okay, so you can hide the date. You can decide to hide the title and a lot of things over here. All right. Now, if you go to styles, here you can go to typography. You can change some font. So if you go to post title, you can change the font. You can change the font and its style for the post title, the except, meta, category, button, author, and post pagination. All right. So if you go to colors now, you can now change the colors for each of these. So you can change the body color, you can change the border color, the taxonomy color. On our site is white, so I can actually just choose white from this palette. I think this is the color here, so white. Then the background, I can just make it like the purple color that's there. So let me just drag it over here. So something like this color here, right? I can leave that. Then the prefix, I'll also leave that the way it is. Then the post title, you can change the color. You don't want it to be brown, you want yours to be black. You can make yours completely black like that. You can change the meta color and all the colors here you can change. You can change the reading time, the icon colors and everything. Okay, so once you're done, all you do is save your changes. Okay, and then you have to view a page. So I already have my page opened here. So all I have to do is go to that page and refresh. As you can see, I can find on my post here. Now the width of our page is a bit too short. Okay, so if let's click on this to get and customize that. Now that I'll show you how to get the pro version, because the pro version will actually give you access to sorry, we're not supposed to go there. Let's go back to our site. The pro version will actually give you access to much more elements that this plugin will have to offer, and much more features as well. So you will get access to all these elements, and for a blog website like this, you would want different layouts for each blog post. So that's where the blog of the premium version will come in. All right, let's actually edit the page. If I go to general, sorry, let's actually go to sidebar. Okay, then we can decrease the sidebar width. So once we decrease that, you see that the width of this section increases a bit more. Let me publish that, and the sidebar gap will decrease that a bit as well to like 1. Now let's publish, and then let's close this. So when we go to our page, you see that now our section is longer. Right, now let's actually go and find the pro version. So go to a new tab and then type in this link, Targenic.com. Okay, type in this link. Now this is basically the website of the developer team which made the plugin, the fancy post plugin Okay, so once you're on their site, just go to plugins and then click on fancy post. All right. So one thing I really love about this developer team is that basically any problem you have with their plugin or with any resource they've created for your site that you are using, if you have any problem with it, you can just send them a mail or contact them, and then they'll be like so quick to get back to you and fix it for you. And they often run discounts and coupons and events where they often take like high percentages of the prices of their plugins off. Okay, so they give you like discounts. So I'm not sure by the time you watch this video this specific one will still be there, but maybe they'll be running another one by the time you're watching the video. All right, now let's scroll down, and over here as you can see we have the plugin page. So you can actually scroll down and read more about the plugin if you like, but this is the most important section here. Here you can view a live demo, you can read the documentation. Okay, so here as you can see we have a personal for one site for 39.99, business for 5 sites for 74.99, and an agency for unlimited sites for 149.99. okay, so these are basically the yearly plans, and this means that you are going to pay this on a yearly basis. All right, so if you go to the lifetime plans, these are basically fees that you pay once and forget about it. You don't pay them on a yearly basis. So for the personal for one site we have 119.99, for the business for 5 sites we have 174.99, and then for the agency for unlimited sites we have 249.99. so let's say if I choose, let's say this one here, and I click on buy now, it's going to take me to the checkout page. All right, so once you click on buy now, it should send it to the checkout page. Now over here as you can see, this is going to be your order. Okay, so as you can see, this says fancy post pro annual. So here if you click on, you see you have a discount code, click to enter it. So just click and then type in the coupon code JSON, capital JSON, and then click on apply. Okay, so now once you type in this coupon code, you're going to get 30% off this plugin. So instead of paying 39.99, I wish you pay 27.99, which is a very good discount. And you can enter all your details, and then once you do that, you can purchase the plugin. Then they'll send you the plugin and then the license key to your email. All right, so once you have all that, you can actually come and then install it on your site. All right, okay, so I'll actually just go to my website here, and then I will go to where the plugins are. So I'll go and I actually want to upload the pro version now. So I'll go to plugins, and then let me actually upload the pro version. All right, so over here as you can see I have the fancy post pro plugin installed. So now all I'll do is I'll click on activate to activate this plugin, and then I have to activate my license. So I'll click on activate license. Then I'm going to enter my license key over here in this license code section. So I'll paste it in over here, and I'll just click on activate, and it's going to activate my license key for me. All right, so now when I go to this page, all I'll have to do is refresh the page. Okay, so let me actually save my changes one more time before I refresh. Now all I have to do is refresh the page, and then once I refresh it, the pro version will now like be in effect. Right, so when I scroll down to this section, okay, I can click on the plus button here, and as you can see now I have access to all the pro features over here. So we have editorial rating, it's a new feature. We have a to-do list, we have icon blocks, we have this comparison here. So let's say I wanted to use the post grid here. Okay, so if I add in a post grid here, I can scroll down to appearance, and then I'm going to see grid layout. Okay, post layout here. So I can change it to grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Now as you can see I have all these styles available to me. I can make it grade 5. Okay, as you can see it's this style, grade 6, grade 7. Okay, now we have this style here. So this is basically what you can do with the pro version. You basically have access to more styles and more everything to actually transform your blog website. Okay, I really recommend you get the pro version for this. If I go to the heading over here, I'm not sure we have. If I go to appearance here, I don't think we have. Okay, we have heading style. So this is heading style 1. You can choose style 2, style 3. We have that style there. You can choose style 4. Here, this is the 5th style. You can have the 6th style, the 7th. We have the 8th, the 7th, and then the 9th style here as well. So as you can see, we have all these styles with the pro version. So if I go here and I click on this plus button, and I click on browse, or I can maybe add you can add the post grid interactive block here as well. So I can choose this block, and then I can make it post per page 3. Okay, so post per, sorry, let me go back, post per page 3. Now, as you can see, we have only 3 posts with this cool effect here. All right. So now this is also a very cool pro feature. I can scroll down to appearance. Okay, I can change the post layout. Okay, there's grade 2 all the way to grade 6, but I think I like the grade 1. And then I can actually go to pagination, and then all I have to do is just turn that off because I don't want it on this page. Now let me just scroll up till I find styles. Okay, and here if I go to colors, you can change the overlay color from maybe blue to like black. All right, if you want it to be black, you can change it to black. You can change the overlay opacity as well. Okay, so you can change it like that. Now let's scroll down, and then you can also change the some hover colors if you want to. Okay, now you can go to animation on hover, and then the post column you can change it to all of these. The featured image, so maybe I want it to zoom in. Okay, so as you can see, zooms in, and then you have all these with the pro version, all these functions with the pro version. So if I click on the plus button again, we can add in an author bio section. We can add in editorial rating. We can add in a table of content on our listener as well. I can go to, you can also add in ultimate steps. If I go to wavy comparison, okay, if I click on that, as you can see, now we have this comparison of on our site over here. Okay, there are so many blogs. It doesn't just have to be for building a blog website, but if you get this, there are so many blogs for Gutenberg which you can use to build your site. So any of these blogs you need, you can choose them from your sidebar over here. All right, so don't forget to check the pro version out for this plugin. It's very good as well. Okay, but the free version too offers you a lot of features as well. So now let's actually build the next thing. We want to build our sidebar next, this sidebar over here. Now to build that, all we have to do is just click on this to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and then go to appearance, and then scroll to appearance, and then here click on widgets. All right, click on widgets, and then that should take you to this page over here. Now as you can see, this says main sidebar. So click on the plus button, and the first thing you want to add is a heading. Okay, so search for a heading. Okay, actually search for social. Okay, search for socials. Now click on this to add in the social icons over here. Now change this text from socials to reach me on. If you like, you can add a colon, and then you can change the size. So if I click on this, I can actually use this slider to change the size of the text. Now I can go to the icons, the social icons, and here I can add in, maybe there are so many over here that you can choose from. Maybe I can add in YouTube. All right, YouTube. Now I can click on the plus button and YouTube will be added. Now I want the icon sizes to be much bigger than they are, so I'll drag this slider. We must increase the spacing a little bit as well. I'll change the icons color to official, and change the icons shape type to square, and change the shape outline to solid. Okay, if I go back to my site, that's what it looks like there. So I'll just click on update. Okay, I'll click on update, and if I open my website in a new tab, you are going to see that we have our section over here, and our click on customize here. I think our page, our sidebar width is a bit too like short. Okay, so just go to sidebar, and then you can actually increase the sidebar width, and then you can actually increase the gap a little bit as well. Okay, so once I publish this, if I publish this and I go and view my site again, we should have it on, okay, still on the same line. So first, let's actually go back and then decrease the icon size a bit. Let's decrease the icon size and update it, and let's go to our site. And then once we refresh, go back to widgets, click on this, and then click on page all. Okay, click on page all to page the cache, then go back to our site, and once we refresh, you see that now they're all on the same line. All right, now what's next? The next thing we need to do is to add this highlight third post section. So click on the plus button and then search for heading. Okay, then add this heading. Now this says highlighted post. All right, post like this. Now for the size of it, we want it to be 31. Now click on the plus button here and then search for post. I think this is post grade. So search for post grade. Then the post per column we want 1, and the post per page we want 1. Maybe you can choose a category if you like. So let's say I want the sports category, right? I could add it. Now I have the sports category there. And then over here, I'll go to appearance. I'll leave that the way it is. With the pro version, you can change the grid layout. Let's say I want it on this one. Okay, I can change it. Then I can go to pagination and I can turn this off. And I can turn this off as well. And then all I have to do is just on our site, I don't think we have the accept text showing. We don't. So I can go to appearance and then I can go to content visibility and I'll click on I'll click on this to hide the post accept text. Okay, so once I had that, I can update on my site, and then you might have to click on this to page all. Okay, so click on that and then click on page all, and after that you can go to your site, and then once you refresh you will find the post over here. So this is it on your sidebar. Now let's add in the next section, which is this advertisement banner. So I'll go to my widgets over here, and then I'll scroll down and click on the plus button. Okay, I'll click on the plus button here and I'll search for image. Okay, search for image and then just select the image here. Now over here, I'll just go to my media library, and then from here I'll choose this advertisement banner and I'll select it. Now I'll click on update. Okay, and then just click on this to page all your changes. Just be paging your cache like frequently. Then go to your site, and once you refresh you find that your advertisement banner is now at the bottom. So we can do one thing. We can go to our sidebar here. Sorry, we can go back here and then scroll up, and then you can go to your sidebar, and then you can actually increase the gap one more time and just increase the width one more as well. Just publish that. Now the next section we want to add is this meet the author section. So I can go back to my site, and then all I have to do is just so I'll go back to widgets and I'll click on one thing you can do is that you can click on this to view your site structure, and this says main sidebar, and this is the highlighted post, is the text. So I can actually click on this here and click on duplicate. All right, now once I do that I can drag it below the image. Now it's over here, and all I have to do is just change it to meet, select everything and type in meet the author. All right, so that I don't have to drag in the text all over again. And there's an image below it, I think, so I can do the same thing. I can duplicate this and then I can just send this on top. Now we have an image here. So all I have to do now is select the image, and here I'll click on replace. Now I'll click on open media library. Now the image which I want to use is over here, this image. So I'll click on select, and then I'll have the image over there. Now all I have to do is click on update, and then let's actually add the description. There's a little description below there. So to add that, I'll click on the plus button and I'll search for paragraph. Okay, search for paragraph and then click on it. And the paragraph will be added below. Now I'll go to my site, and all I have to do is just copy whatever this paragraph has here. I'll copy it. Then I'll go back to the widget section and I'll just paste it in. Now the last section I want to add is I'll click on the plus button, and all you have to do is search for flip card. Search for flip card and then add in a flip card over here. Now as you can see, this is the flip card. So you can change the back heading. I'll show you what this means in a minute, but basically, okay, this says front. So if I click on this, it takes us to the back. So you can basically change what the text says. Here it says you can advertise here, so I can type maybe you can advertise or something. Okay, then you can change the color of the back heading from white to any color you want. I want mine to be on white. You can change the color of the back description of the back link as well. So I can select this color for the back link. You can change the max width. You can change the back heading font size. So I can make mine like 28, and I can make I can also, if I go back, this is the front heading. So I can change the front heading size as well to like 31. Okay, and I can change the background overlay opacity as well. So I can make it like darker. And I can click on this to change the photo. Then once you've done all that, all you do is click on update. However, on this, click on page all, and then just go to your site and then refresh. Okay, now when you refresh, you'll see that all your changes have now come on your site. Now you're basically like on the way to finish building your site now. The only thing that's left is building your header and then building your footer, and then we are done. Okay, so all you have to do is just to build the header, go to the customizer, okay, and then go back here, and then here this is the main row. So click on this to get access to the main row. and you can just decrease the height of the main row. Okay, now we want to add in our logo. So how we do that? First of all, we'll click on this here, then we'll click on select logo. Now we want to use this logo here, so we'll click on select. Then on the side title, we'll click on this to hide it. Okay, now we have our logo here, so you can decrease the logo height if you want. I think ours is a bit too big, so this size is fine. And then over there we have our menu link there. Now let's click on this to edit the top row, and then let's go to design, and let's go to background color. Here choose gradient. Okay, you can choose any of the colors you want. So maybe me, I want to go with this one, and over here I can edit the color. So I can type in our global color, which is FF6B50. Okay, so you can type that color in. It's going to change like that. Now you can't really see the top row color because we've not really added anything yet. So if you want to see it, just go back here, and then you can drag in socials, okay, to the top row section. And then what's at the other side is a button, so you can drag in this button. So let me have you can drag in this button over here. Okay, now when I go to socials, I want to add YouTube to my socials as well. So I'll click on this. Now select YouTube, click on the plus button, and then now YouTube has been added. So I'll go to design, and then the icon colors, I'll make it white. Okay, the hover colors, I'll just make it a bit of a darker white, so that when you hover, it becomes a bit dark. Okay, now that I have this there, I can edit the button. But first of all, I'll go to the top row, and I'll use this to decrease the height of the top row. It doesn't need to be that long. Now I'll click on this to edit the button, and now the button, it says subscribe. So I'll go back to my customizer, and then in the customizer label text here, I'll just type in subscribe. Okay, now you can type in a link if you have one over here, and I'll go to design. Now I want the button color to be orange, so I'll drag this to like the orange section here. Now select orange. Okay, this looks a bit small red, so let's drag it to the orange side like this. Now the border radius, I'll make it 0 for all sides. Then I'll change the padding. Okay, I'll change the padding. So as I increase it, as you can see, it becomes like that. So I'll increase it to like 12 on all sides, and as you can see, now we have a correct padding. Now all I have to do is publish. Now we want to edit our menu. We want to get a menu here, but the menu is basically the category pages. Okay, so to edit those, all you have to do is just go to widgets, and then from there you look for menus. Okay, look for menus, and then hold on, don't forget to update your changes. Okay, update your changes, and then here you can click on menus. Now once you're on the menus page, you can give your menu like so I want to call my menu main menu, for example, right? Let's call my menu main menu. So I'll click on create menu, and then here I'll go to view all, and I'll select this to add a home page to my menu, and then I'll go to categories. I can add in as many categories as I like. So I'll click on all these categories and add them to my menu, and I'll click on save menu. Now when I go to the customizer, I'll have to refresh. Let's do that right now. Let's refresh our page, and once we refresh, we do that so that it can be up to date with the latest change. So that it has refreshed, I can go here and over the selection, I can select my main menu here, and as you can see, my menu has come. All I have to do is I can change the top level of it. So I can make it like this, I can make it like this and like this as well, but I want it to be on type 2. I can go to design. You can change the font family if you like, and you can change the font color. So I want the color to be the theme color. Okay, this is initial. Initial should be a dark color. Then the hover color should be this color, and the active color can be this color as well. Then the indicator, the hover color should be this color, and the active color can be that one as well. Now I'll select the main row again, and I'll decrease the row height because it's a bit too long. So let's make it like this, and let's publish our page. And if you go to our site and then we refresh, we should see some changes. Okay, so I think our height is a bit too small, so I'll increase it to like 70. Okay, I'll increase it to like 70, and I'll click on publish. Now what do we want to edit? We want to edit a single post page. So I'll actually click on this here, and if I go to our site and I select a single post from here, I'm going to see that this is what a single post looks like. Okay, so if I go back to the customizer, this is what our single post looks like. We don't want to look like that. So I'll go back to here, I'll go back here again, and then I'll scroll down to post types here. I'll select single post. Okay. Now over here, I'll change this to right sidebar. Okay, I'll change it to right sidebar. So I'll have my sidebar on the right here. Then I will scroll down to show the featured image. Okay, so the featured image can come here. And I'll select the featured image and I'll make it below the title. Okay. And I think everything about it is fine. Now I'll go back, and then I think that's basically all we have to do for here, because we also have the comment section at the bottom here. So that's good. So let's scroll up, and I think we are basically done with the single post page and what it should look like. Now let's go back, and then we can go to the category pages. So here, if I select movies, okay, if I select movies, you see that this is what our category page looks like. But if I go here and I select movies here, this is what our category page looks like. Okay, so to edit it, all you have to do is just click here, click on edit here, and then click on this to hide the description, and select the title here, and click on this to disable the archive label. Now click on type 2, select type 2, then scroll down and container background image, you can select custom and click on select image. Now let's say I want to use this image here, so I can click on select. Right now I have in my image, so I can increase the containers height with this slider here. I can go to design, I can change the title font color to white, and then I can give it the image an overlay color of black, and then I can here of black, and I can use this slider here to deepen the overlay if I like. Okay, now for the card styles here, I'll click on edit, and here I'll scroll down to card options. Now here I'll select cover. Okay, now I want the title there. I just have the title and the accept text, so I'll get rid of the post meta. I'll get rid of the post meta here as well, and then we have the title and the accept text. Now the container minimum height is a bit too like large, so I can decrease it with this. I can go to the accept text actually and just decrease the length of the accept text because it's a bit too long. So I can make it like 30, and I can increase the card height like a bit more. Now over here I can go to design, okay, and let's say I want to curve the I want to change the colors, so I can change the title font color to white and the hover color to this global color here. Then I can go to the accept text. I can make the accept text color white. Okay. Now I can scroll down and I can add in a border radius of maybe 5 to curve the edges of this. And then you are basically down building your category page. Alright. So the author page, you would edit it just like that. Okay. So that you can get your author page to display like this. Okay, so that's what you will do here. You will do basically the exact same thing, change the card options and everything. Now that you are done with that, the next thing you want to do is you would want to build your footer over here, your footer. So to build your footer, just click on edit. Okay, click on edit here, and as you can see, we have the bottom row. So let's actually start editing the bottom row first. So the bottom row on our site, it's deep black. Okay, so to change that, I'll go to design, and the row background, I'll just make it like deep black with this black slider here. Now I will select the copyright text, and then I'll change this WordPress theme. So I'll change this to maybe designed by Jason Kenya, something like this. Now I'll go to design, and then I will just make the color like white. Okay, I'll make the color white, and then maybe I want to increase the weight, right? So if I can click on this to change the font family, click on this to change the size and the line height, and I can click on this to change the weight to like maybe 500. Then all I have to do is go back to general and center align it. And now I have the first section for my footer created. Now let's go to middle row. I want 3 sections of the footer here, and then I can now let's go back and let's say I want to drag in something. So the first thing I'll do is I'll drag in widgets area 1 over here. Then I'll select it. Now for our widgets area 1, we want I can click on the plus button here, and here I can select image. Okay, so you can actually build your footer from here or from the widget section here, but let's build it from the customizer for now. So I'll go to widgets area 1, and here I'll select the media library. Okay, I'll select the media library, and I'll choose this one, the fancy post dark. Okay, now I created this with a free tool called Canva, and I'll link it in the description below so that you guys can also use Canva as well. Now this is what it's looking like. So first things first, let's select the middle row again. Okay, and what we can do is that we can go to design, and go to the row background color and then make it like a bit like ash, okay, not black, like ash, like this. Now I can select this here and edit it. Now let's say for my image is a bit too long, so I can use this to resize it. If I use this here, I think it's going to decrease the size here. Okay, so you can use those sliders by the image to resize it. So maybe I can use this to increase it just a bit more. As you can see, now we have that ready to go. So I'll click on the plus button again and I'll select a paragraph. Okay, I'll select a paragraph because we have like some paragraph text over there. So I'll copy what it says there and I'll just paste it in the paragraph here. And it's going to appear below. It's going to appear below there. Now if I wanted to change the color, I can click on show more settings with that. And then for the text, I'll just make the color like white. Okay, I can make the color white. And then that's what it will look like. I can go to dimensions and add in margin. And here I'll select margin for top. And I'll click on that to add a no margin. So I'll make it none. Now let's go back again. And then what we want next is the social icons again. So click on the plus button and then we'll type in socials. Okay, type in socials. And then I will just click on, I'll just click here, okay. And then over here, I should see this little here, this here, okay. So I'll select the three dots here and click on delete to delete the heading. And then I'll just click on this to edit the icon. So I'll click on this and I'll click on show more settings. And here I'll scroll down and I'll choose YouTube and I'll just add it in. Okay, now I have these icons here. And I'll make the icons color official. I'll make the icons type square and I'll make them solid like this. Then I can leave the size the way it is. And then we have the first block ready of our footer ready to go. Now we want to add in the second. So what you do is you drag in widgets area 2 to this section. Now that place has the page links. So to edit that, just select this here and then click on the plus button, okay, and then here you would search for heading, okay, search for heading, and then you find heading over here, so select it. Now that place, the heading, it says I think it says page links, so it says page links, so that's what we'll add in. And then we'll click on this to show more settings. Now I'll go to the text and we'll change the color to white, okay, so we can actually see it a bit more. Then yeah, I think the size is fine. Now let's go back. And what else do we have? We have all these categories list there. So to add that, click on the plus button here, search for categories list, okay. Now add that over there. Now once you do that, you have the categories list there. So all you have to do here is just click on this to show more settings. And then here you can go to the style, you can change the size of them. So maybe if I can make mine like 25 or something, I can change this size like that. Yeah, I think if I go to appearance, I think yeah, here everything is fine. Let's check what is left. So if I click on this, yeah, everything is fine. Now let's go back to this, and now what we want to change the color. And over here we have this little underline star there. How do we get it? Well, you can click on this and then click on decoration. You can just choose choose this, so that to add this underline, you know, stuff under it, okay. So when you have that, if you want to actually get the color change, I think you would go to colors, okay, go to colors, and this is the links color. All right, this is the links color for initial and for hover. So if I go back to my page and I edit it, and let's, okay, the color here is also okay. Now okay, fine, good, we are here. So now for the font color, you can actually change it. So let's actually change to this one here, and then we'll now make the hover color like white or something. Okay, we can make it like white or something. So here we'll make it white, okay. So we'll have it like this. We have the initial, yeah, this design is nice. And then here we'll also do it like this as well. This design is nice. So now we have this design there and we have the page links there. The last section we want to add is this one, the widgets area 3. So we'll go back and then drag in widgets area 3. Okay, we'll drag it in here. And then what do we have to show for this? We have this here. So select it, okay, select it, and then click on the plus button and then add a heading. Now this says location. So we'll type that in. Then click on the plus button and then type in contact info. Type in contact info, okay. Now once you do that, you get the contact info over here. So we don't want the text, so just select the three dots and delete it, and then select this text here, the main one. Click on this, and here choose show more settings. Okay, so select this, click on this, choose show more settings, and over on text, make the color white. Okay, like this. Good. Now go back, and then let's actually start styling this whole thing up. So you'll click on show more settings again. You can add work hours, email, websites if you like, but I don't want to add that. So the icon shape, I'll make it square. I'll make the shape fill type solid so that it will be like this. Then I'll go over here to change the style. Now I like the size of everything. The text color, everything is white. Okay, so the text, I'll make it white like this. Then for the link, the hover color should be this color. Okay, so that when I hover on anything, it hovers or it becomes like that. Now for the icons color, the initial can be white and the hover can be this color. And the icon background color will do the reverse. The initial will be this color and the hover will be white. Okay, so that when we hover, everything becomes like this. And that's how you would create that section for your website. Now, real quick, go back to the widget area 1 and then go to the social icons here. Okay, and I'll go to show more settings. Now make sure that everything is square and is solid. Okay, it's not outlined. Now click on publish, and then I'll go to my website and then I'll refresh. Okay, when I refresh and I go down to the footer section, we have our footer now created. So at this point, I would like to thank you all for watching this tutorial. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching up to this point. If you watch up to this point, you should have some knowledge on fancy posts. Now you can use it to transform your Gutenberg experience, and you can use it to get these cool posts for your website. Now, one more feature about fancy posts which I forgot to show you guys was, in case you didn't know, you go to fancy posts and then you go to block to short code. This is a really cool feature. You can go to block to short code. You can click on add blocks. Okay, so basically once you click on that, any fancy post block that you want to convert to a short code, so in case you want to build with Elementor, right, but you still want to incorporate the fancy post blocks there, you can actually click on this to choose a block. Okay, and let's say I wanted to add this post grade here. I wanted to add a post grade, so I can have my post grade here and I can just like publish it. Okay, I can just publish this. Maybe I want to call this post grade. Okay, I want to call this the post grade block like this. Now I'll click on publish to publish it. Okay, so now once I published it, all I have to do is click on this to go back to my WordPress. As you can see, we have this short code here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy the short code, okay, and I'll go to the pages and I'll go to all pages. Now I can add this block that we've just created. I can add it in as a short code. So if I go back to my page and let's see at the bottom here, okay, at the bottom here, I can click the plus button and I can search for short code. Okay, I can select the short code and I can paste in the short code here. Now once I do that and I save my changes here, okay, if I go back to the site and I refresh and then I scroll down, you're going to see that we have that block section over here. Okay, so you can basically convert any of their blocks to a short code so you can use it for any portion or any section of your website. And if you go here, you can backups, you can go to post templates, okay, over here to view some of the templates. You can go to the single post settings, you can go to the global settings, you can change some stuff, okay, and then I'll go to blocks. Okay, I normally make I think it's good to make this disallowed so you have access to all the posts here, okay, so I don't have to now edit them one by one. So once you've reached this point, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If it has helped you in any way, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, because that really helps motivate to make these kind of videos for you guys. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions or improvements for me, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try my best to get back to you guys. Don't forget to check out the fancy post plugin. If you're feeling generous, don't forget to try and buy it as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Love you all. Bye bye.